Okay, I think we're recording. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. Good to see you. This is gonna be our first vlog on the channel, and just thought I'd take y'all with me on a little walk around town before I go and do some studying. And I also wanted to talk about an idea I've been having, not just with the channel, but here where I live as well. Hang on, I'm at a crosswalk. The channel originally, and still is, an idea for me to express my interest and love for the fall seasons. So that's staying, of course. But something I want to do with these vlogs is I kind of want to use it as a way to catalog my journey with this idea I'm having. Here's the idea, right? We'll give a little bit of context and we'll dive a little bit more into it. So, in my life, I grew up in the South. So originally in Texas, and now in the great state of Oklahoma. Nice and sunny and humid and hot, you know, fun stuff. You can stand on a box and see the whole state. Something that I really started to notice over the years is that, especially with the seasons, you don't really get them too much down here in the South. You get summer, and then you get a slightly cold winter, but there's no spring, there's really no fall either. And so growing up in these two places, I haven't really experienced a true fall setting, at least living, right? Because I've traveled before. Like, I've been West Virginia, I've been Washington, New York, Virginia, a bunch of different places where you do see the fall seasons, which is really nice. But here in the South, you don't really see that a whole lot. One day, actually maybe a week before I started the channel, I got this idea. You don't really see a lot of fall here in the South, but what if I could bring the fall here? Right, you've got the scenery up there in the Northeast states and the northern states of all those red and gold and brown, yeah, red and gold and brown trees, cute little bridges, little streams, all that kind of fun stuff. Cottage looking places, cider, you know, the whole 9 yards you see when you go up there and travel for the fall seasons in those states. Well, for a lot of people, including a family like mine growing up, we didn't have the money to travel all the way up there to do that stuff. So if I could make a destination here in the South, at least in Oklahoma, where it's closer to people down here to travel to, so that way they don't have to spend so much time and energy getting up there, I think that'd be a really fun way to get people to experience the seasons without having to spend so much money. It's still very, very much in the works. Like, there's tons of stuff to think about, you know, land buying, maintenance, landscaping, growing trees, because I mean, here in Oklahoma you don't get a lot of trees changing colors. And the way that I'm thinking about it is we'd be making entire groves. So it'd be like its own little microclimate setting type deal. I just thought I'd run it by you guys and see what you're interested or how you think of it. And, you know, I'm gonna push as much as I can. I mean, I don't have a lot of resources to my name either, but there's plenty of people in the past that have done crazy things that had nothing to their name and made something of it. So I figure, well, why can't I do the same, right? And like, screw it. I ain't got nothing better to do. Might as well try something awesome. We're gonna see how it goes. But these videos, these little vlogs will be a catalog of that. And probably some other things here and there too, to break up the monotony on the vlogs. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. So if that's something you're interested in or you got ideas for it, let me know. And I'd be happy to talk more about it. I mean, so far the channel's going good. I'm trying to stick to at least a decent schedule. I'm trying to do 1 video a week. It's kind of having me like change how I work and my habits and whatnot, and really like stay focused to doing something like this, because this is new for me, right? But so far I'm enjoying it. The first 2 videos I put out, very excited to see them up on YouTube. You know, and while they haven't really gotten any views, like, that's okay. That comes with time, right? Consistency, I think, is the thing I gotta focus most on. For the vlogs, I think I want to stick to this more non-scripted way of talking. It's loosely edited. I'll probably do a few cuts here and there, but probably no music, probably nothing like that. And just have a conversation with you guys. You know, I feel like that's as authentic as I can be. So, yeah, if you're interested in that, let me know. I can keep doing them. If you want me to change it up, I'm also fine with taking suggestions. Can't say I'll implement them all, but, you know. It's kind of hot already. Goodness. Now, I was expecting this to be a little bit of a longer video, but I guess it's kind of hard to find things to talk about when you're on camera, right? Your brain kind of goes a little numb, short circuit a little bit. It's good practice though. I think at this point I'm just rambling on a little bit, but that's okay. How about we talk about what would go into the theme park, if you will? I don't know if it's really going to be a theme park, because that sounds a little too corporate, right? The idea that I'm thinking about with it is to do kind of like you would like nature trails. So throughout the park, and actually probably a better way of explaining it would be hang on, we got some dogs. No, he's angry. He's angry. So the way I'm thinking about it is it would be loosely modeled after the Texas Renaissance Festival. And for all you there in Texas, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But for those that haven't experienced it, highly recommend. If you're ever in Texas, go to a town called Todd Mission. This town was literally built around the Texas Renaissance Festival. And I mean, it's a great experience. I remember growing up, and I was in choir for many years, and every year we'd go and we'd sing songs at the Texas Renaissance Festival, and everyone's dressed up Renaissance style. Like it is the nation's biggest Renaissance festival. It's been going on since the 70s. Great spot, great spot. But all that to say, they already have a really good template for what a theme park should look like. So essentially it'd be Renaissance Festival, Texas Renaissance Festival style in terms of layout and format, but instead of Renaissance themed, it'd be fall themed. Throughout the park you would have plenty of different paths you can go down, different areas with different sub themes. So yeah, major theme, fall style, like the Northwest, so think like Vermont, or I mean, you could even say West Virginia, with all the colors and the beauty that they have in those places and those areas. Maybe even North Carolina. That'd be the main idea, just building that fall ambience. You know, something you see on Pinterest, if you will. There's plenty of spots, you can take photos on Instagram, what have you. And sub-themes located around the park, just like they do at the Renaissance Festival. So you could have spots with like pumpkin patch, a corn maze. You could have little bridges like for taking photos, and eventually what I'd like to do is build like permanent buildings that are fall style. So this would be like places where vendors can rent out for the season and they could sell their own items. Just keep it all in that kind of aesthetic. And probably even at some place in the park would also be like scary, because Halloween's a big thing when it comes to the fall too. It's like the second biggest thing. Maybe with the pumpkin patches and the corn maze and hay rides and bridges and buildings, there'd also be like a haunted house or haunted trails or campfire stories. And these would all be like different experiences that you could add on when you get into the park. So I think as of right now, that about covers at least the extent to what I've thought about so far. Like, of course, I've written down several pages of notes already, and I've even turned to ChatGPT for a little bit of help. Not for building the whole idea, but just for getting some inspiration. So don't think I'm just copying out and not doing the work. The AI is not gonna build this whole park for me. That's something I gotta do. But can it help? I mean, probably a little bit, so. But other than that, that's all I really wanted to talk about. So appreciate you sticking with me through it, and hope you have a good day. Right now it is middle of June, so we still got a few months before the seasons really start setting in here. Can't wait for it. It's gonna be a fun one. So stick around, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.